Hi, today we're going to look at common problems with homophones. There is another video on this topic with some very common problems, so I'd recommend you watch that if you haven't already. So homophones are basically words that have the same pronunciation but different spellings, and so they have different meanings. For example, the verb to be or the insect, the colour red, or the past tense of read, the past tense of lead, or the metal lead, I or my eye, the flower in your garden or the flour you use to cook with, an hour as in 60 minutes or hour belonging to us, tale like a story or tail on an animal, male as in your post, or male not female, a man, peace, the opposite of war, or a small part of something, and mist, the past tense of miss, or a light fog. But we're going to look at some homophones that cause some problems. The ones we're going to look at, which even native speakers have trouble with sometimes, are these. Let's start with whose. This one is a pronoun referring to possession. So when you're talking about something that belongs to someone. For example, whose is this bag? So it means who does this bag belong to? Or with the apostrophe, it means who is, or perhaps who has. For example, who's coming with me to the shop? Who is coming with me to the shop? Look at this sentence. Which one goes in each space? So the first one, I met a man whose name was John. It is his name. Who is actually a friend. Great. The first one is an adjective, meaning above average, very good, brilliant. For example, that was a great film. Or the other word has a couple of different meanings. It can be a verb, meaning to cut into small pieces by rubbing something against something that's rough. Or it can mean to have an irritating effect. Or it could be a noun that is a frame of metal bars, kind of like this picture. For example, I need to grate some cheese. There are lots of grates in the road to drain rainwater. This text here, which one goes in each space? Carrot cake sounds great. EAT. Shall I help you grate the carrots? So cut them into small pieces. Oh, there's one stuck in the grate in the fridge, in the metal bars. Now, these two words cause a bit of problem sometimes. People aren't sure whether to spell grateful with an EAT or an ATE. So which one goes in this space? I'm very grateful for your help. Is it this one or is it this one? Well, it's not the first one because great is already an adjective. So you can't make it an adjective by adding full on the end. That's why we use full to turn a word into an adjective. Also, it would mean full of greatness, which has quite a strange meaning. Whereas the second one, grateful, this is correct because great in this sense comes from the word gratus in Latin, which in Old English became great, meaning pleasing or thankful. So we added the full on the end to turn it to an adjective. So the second one is correct. Don't make that spelling mistake. Moving on to new. The first one is the past tense of the verb know. For example, I knew his name, but now I've forgotten it. Whereas the second one is an adjective, meaning the opposite of old. For example, she bought a new book today. Have a look at this text. Which word goes in each space? I made a lot of new friends. Adjective here. Although I already knew one of them from school, the past tense of know. Plain. The first version is an adjective meaning simple or basic. For example, she's wearing a plain green top. That means there's no pattern on it. It's just green. Or plain. This is a noun that is short for aeroplane or airplane. Aeroplane is British English. Airplane is American English, in case you were wondering. For example, my son loves traveling by plane. Look at this text. Which version goes in each one? We flew by plane, aeroplane. In my opinion, my husband would say airplane because he's American. The seats in the plane, in the vehicle, were plain blue, just one colour, blue, no pattern. And we were given some plain crisps, and no other flavour, just plain, not salt and vinegar, not cheese flavoured, just plain salted. And the last one, allowed. This is the past tense of allow, to permit, give permission. For example, my children are not allowed to watch TV after dinner. I say no. Whereas the second allowed is speaking so that you can be clearly heard. For example, my daughter is learning to read, so she reads aloud for me to check she can say the words properly. Have a look at this text. Which word goes in each space? If I think Grandma has allowed, permitted, the kids to eat too much sugar, I can't say my opinion aloud. Can't tell her loudly. I have to think it. Otherwise she'll get offended. I hope that has helped you. Thank you for watching.